Iran cutting off diplomatic relationship with Iran, world leaders condemned Saudi executions and called on both countries to show some restraint and to not further inflame tensions that are on quite vivid display in the region. Another Saudi ally, Bahrain, too announced on Monday that it was cutting diplomatic ties with Iran. Meanwhile, White House urged Saudi Arabia and Iran to show restraint in the crisis spurred by execution. White House spokesman Joe Earnest said that an appropriate message is being conveyed to both Iran and Saudi in this regard.
We do continue to be concerned about the need for both the Iranians and the Saudis to de-escalate the situation in the Middle East. That we're urging all sides to show some restraint and to not further inflame tensions that are on quite vivid display in the region.
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon told the Saudi Foreign Minister that Riyadh's decision to break off diplomatic ties with Iran was deeply worrying.
The Secretary General also reiterated that the attack on the Saudi embassy in Tehran was deplorable, but added that the announcement of a break in Saudi diplomatic relations with Tehran was deeply worrying.
Saudi Arabia has defended its judicial process at the United Nations, saying that 47 people executed at the weekend had been granted fair and just trials. The Saudi UN mission expressed deep regret that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon had raised concerns about the nature of charges and fairness of trials. The country had severed all diplomatic ties with Iran after UAE executed a Shia cleric and others over alleged links with terror groups. Sheikh Nimr al-Nimr and 46 others were executed on Saturday after being convicted of terror-related offences. Most of the 47 people executed by Saudi Arabia were Sunnis convicted of involvement in Al-Qaeda-linked terror attacks over the last decade. Sheikh Nimr was also involved in anti-government protests that erupted in Saudi Arabia in the wake of Arab Spring up to his arrest in 2012. Iran has accused Saudi Arabia of stoking tension in the region. Saudi Arabia and Iran are the major Sunni and Shia powers in the region respectively and back opposing sides in the conflicts in Syria and Yemen. In a retaliatory development, protesters stormed into the Saudi embassy in Tehran late on Saturday, setting fire to the building. The Saudi Foreign Ministry said that none of its diplomats were harmed in the incident. Iran on Monday accused Saudi Arabia of using the embassy incident to provoke further tension. Execution has also sparked protests in Iraq, Bahrain and several other countries. Sudan also decided to expel the Iranian ambassador in protest for the attack on Saudi Arabia's embassy in Tehran. Bureau Report, DD News.